Hi everybody, I'm Greg Shamie. I'm Director of Staff Development at the Leadership Program. Thanks for joining us for our third episode of A Look Inside. Today, we're going to ask our team about how they use final projects as a way to approach celebrating all the amazing work they've done up to this point. So, let's take a look inside.
It's funny because I actually think the final project is the first thing I think about when I'm planning, because we have to do our semester outlines. When I'm planning the year, the final project is the first thing I'm thinking about. And then I work backwards from there. We make a pincushion every year. It's a utility thing that they use all year, so they understand that they have to sort of keep their things together. And it's ownership, and everybody's is different. Everyone gets to do their own. Each one has a different direction, so they get to sort of choose what works best for them. But that at the same time, I'm teaching them how to do a back stitch, which is a stitch that they'll need to learn for projects in the future. And so they'll do maybe 2 or 3 projects where they use that stitch. So by the time we get to the bigger main project that I'm trying to get them to work on, they've mastered it.
Okay, so we go from the vision board to actual project, making the materials, putting everything together. Rehearsals start as soon as the vision board starts. Let's envision, where do we want the runway? What is the pathway? Let's start, adding, taking things away. But we're always, every day, I am running the show. Every day we do a total run through. After I had a catwalk after every club I did, and that was like how they exited. Even though they would practice it the whole day, we always made sure that they were working on bettering their skills every day, like without it, so that they feel comfortable. So that the day of the performance, it's no big deal. It's like, that's what it is.
What are we going to do to show off what we've learned? And I'll come up with a list of options and a very basic map of what we could do to get there, and then I work with the kids to decide what they're more interested in. So first couple of days we'll actually talk about that and say, all right, we need to look at the end of the year, what are we going to do? And then from there I can plan the entire year or the semester or whatever length of time is leading up to that project, I can plan it out.
So final projects is just, I guess you would say, it's just a motivation for students to do better, to do well, to want to do well. And then the end result is they're extremely proud of themselves. And when they're proud of themselves, it just makes me feel like this job is worth having.
Thanks all for your amazing ideas and thoughts on how to use final projects as a way to celebrate your students' work. I'm looking forward to May and June when we get to see some of the outcomes of all the incredible hard work you've done with your students. Thanks for joining us for this episode of A Look Inside. I'm Greg Shamie. I look forward to seeing you next month.